Alright guys, here's a new boxing movie for 2016. How is this one gonna end? Is it gonna be a Creed? Or is it gonna be a Hands of Stone? Hey guys, what's up? My name is Zach, and I'm bringing you a new review today for Bleed for This, a movie that's been on my radar for a long time, ever since some of the pictures came out of what Miles Teller had looked as Vinny. Now, for you guys who don't know, there might be some spoilers in here just because this is based on a true story, and I have to say what is going on in this film. So if you're worried about that, go ahead. I understand. Save this, go see the movie, come back, see if you agreed with me with our review. Don't know who are still here. Pretty much Vinny Paziani is one of these championship boxers who back in the day in 1988 pretty much had a car crash it broke his neck, and he was told that he will probably never box again and that he'll be lucky if he even gets to walk for the rest of his life. And this was something really hard to watch, and I mean, I gotta say this, is the story predictable? Yes and no. If you know the story, can kind of feel predictable, but for me, the story leaves no tension filled, and that might just be from the director or something like, and some stuff like that, where the director should have made it more tension filled, but I understand that. To really get into my cons, I really do want to say the pros for Bleed for This seriously comes from two things: the actors and the chemistry throughout this film. I absolutely love Miles Teller's performance in this film. Is it one of his best? No. I think it still rivals Whiplash, but I really do like Miles Teller's. He has great chemistry, he has great charisma with every person he's around, and I just love his attitude for these films, and he has great dramatic chops. I mean, we saw it in Whiplash, and we see it in Bleed for This. Also, Aaron Eckhart. I love him in everything he does, except those shitty films he does, like I, Frankenstein. But when he does dramas like this, where he does this film and Sully, and he leads those supporting actors, he is such a tour de force. He is a great actor, and this is not one of those films where you should just lay him off. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets nominated, and if he does, I would be really happy, but I don't think he'll win. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, is Miles Teller going to get nominated? I don't know. Depends how strong this year is. I don't think he'll win, necessarily, because I think there's already been better performances than him, but I have to say Miles Teller does deserve a nomination at the most because of this performance, his physique, how he changed himself, his dramatic elements and everything, just great to see. And I also gotta say, the family elements in this movie are great and amazing. I have to say, I really liked them. The chemistry between everyone was great. The father especially did a great job. He had some emotional beats where it had to hit, and the guy who plays the father did a fantastic job with that. The mother did great, the sister did great, the girlfriend, the brother-in-law, everyone in this family did really good, and it brings that family element that some boxing movies don't have, and I think that's one that this movie really needed. Now, the directing. So, this movie was directed pretty well, I gotta say. I did enjoy it, but the problem with this movie, where I really just kind of irritated the hell out of me, are a couple things. Some of the camera angles I did not like. I don't understand why they went with some of them. I gotta say, the boxing scenes are nothing special. If you're going to this movie for boxing, and you want to see a bunch of great boxing hits and boxing fights, you're not gonna get that in this. This is a movie about Vinny. It's about his life and his comeback story and his training. It's not about the boxing. Yeah, there's boxing in there and there's sparring, but it's mostly his training. So understand that this movie isn't based on the fights. The fights aren't anything amazing like Creed with that one shot. No, this is a movie that the boxing is there, and it's fun, and it's engaging, and gets you right off your feet, and still gets you cheering and stuff, but it's nothing special. Now, my biggest gripe with this film, which might just be for me, but some of the sounds in this film that they went for the backgrounds, some of them were great and amazing, and there's one shot where the fight's actually happening, and this is probably it was towards one of the last fights, and all the sounds go completely out except for the punches, and you hear the punches getting hit and hit and hit, the bones, you hear all those sounds, and everything else, all the cheering is all out, and that was something really cool to see in this film. But there's some noises where it sounds like a screeching noise that I just couldn't get out of my head, and it really bothered the hell out of me. This might just be for me, but I think other people might go into this movie and hear the same thing and be like, why are you doing that sound? There's some sounds where I understand to have that, but throughout the movie they did keep doing this, and it didn't really work for the film in my opinion. So, I mean, I gotta talk about the cinematography. How's the movie look? Movie looks great. It has some great shots in it. Even though I said there's some of the shots were kind of iffy, some of the shots in here are really great and well done. I gotta say there's some memorable shots in here that I did really like. And also, I think the great thing about the screenplay is that as much as dramatic as it is and how depressing the story could be, it is an inspirational story. And there's moments in there where there's levity, there's funniness, and there's funny parts to it. And you also have Aaron Eckhart, who brings great comedic chops to some of the dramatic elements where something could be super depressing, but he brings an element in there that really lightens the mood. Same with Miles Teller. His performance is great with it. And like I said, this movie, the stars lie within the family. The family elements and the charismatic nature of Miles Teller is what brings this film to not just be one of those piss-poor boxing movies, but brings it up a level. Without those actors, without the chemistry, I can't even say that this film would even be good without them. They make this film. Vinny's story makes this film what it is with these actors, and the actors did a great job with that. The director, he did his alright job. I think there could have been better. I think you could have had a better director on this, but I gotta say, it won't be nominated for anything for the Oscars. The only thing to really look out for, in my opinion, is the actors. I think we might see some nominations during the Oscars. This is going to be a hard year, but I think that's what we have to give it. But for me, I'm going to have to give Bleed for this a C+. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Tell me what you guys thought about this movie. Or tell me, are you excited for Bleed for this? Or maybe, what's even your favorite boxing movie? We all have our own. I mean, Creed and Rocky are up in mine. I'm a huge fan of those. But I gotta say, make sure to like and subscribe. And also, like I said, tell me what you guys thought about this. I'm really curious. And look out for more reviews soon. I'm going to bring you Edge of 17 around tomorrow or Wednesday, and I will also have my review of Fantastical Beasts and where to find them. I'm very excited about this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and make sure to keep looking out for more very soon.